Stop believing the Instagram photos. There is a reason Anna Johnston has slowly vanished from the family's core moments, and it is terrified of the network executives. We are not looking at a simple case of a daughter moving away or getting busy with her own life. We are looking at a calculated erasure. For 15 seasons, you have watched Anna struggle to fit in, painted as the rebellious problem child who just couldn't get it right. But in late 2024 and early 2025, the dynamic shifted from tough parenting to total isolation. Today, we expose the timeline of how the so-called black sheep was systematically pushed out to protect the parents' brand, and why insiders are whispering that Anna holds a secret that could dismantle the entire show. Before we peel back the layers of this family betrayal, make sure you hit that like button if you are tired of the double standards and subscribe to the channel right now. You need to join us as we investigate the reality behind the reality TV screen. To understand the magnitude of what is happening right now, we have to go back to the foundational lie that Trent and Amber have sold us for over a decade. Their mantra has always been that they treat all 5 children exactly the same. They preach consistency, discipline, and equal love. But if you look at the footage with a forensic eye, that statement falls apart. The bar for Anna was set at impossible, while the bar for Elizabeth and Jonah was set at effortless. We have watched Anna be scrutinized for her tone of voice, her facial expressions, and her ambitious choices, while her siblings were often given a pass for genuine failures. This isn't just about favoritism. This is about control. Anna Johnston is the overlooked protagonist of this entire saga. She is an entrepreneur. She is the homeowner. She is the only one who truly became independent without crawling back to the safety of the parental nest. In a normal family, a child achieving this level of success in their early 20s would be celebrated as the ultimate victory of parenting. But in the Johnston household, Anna's independence is treated like a threat. Why? Because you cannot control a child who pays her own bills. You cannot manipulate a daughter who doesn't need your approval to survive. Recent insider reports and theories circulating in the production circles suggest that the tension reached a boiling point off-camera, leading to what we are calling the Great Erasure. The narrative is being spun that Anna is difficult, but the evidence points to a classic scapegoating dynamic common in narcissistic family structures. The parents need a problem child to make themselves look like the saviors. As long as Anna was the troubled one, Trent and Amber could play the role of the saintly, patient parents rescuing her from herself. But the moment Anna got her act together, better than some of her siblings, the script broke. She stopped being the villain, and that made her dangerous to the family narrative. Let's look at the comparisons that prove this erasure is intentional. Consider Jonah. We have seen Jonah struggle with college, struggle with motivation, and eventually move back home. When Jonah fails, the family rallies. They create safety nets. They offer endless chances and soft landings. Trent's criticism of Jonah is often tempered with a boys will be boys attitude or a sympathetic look at his anxiety. Now, contrast that with Anna. When Anna makes a mistake, or even when she succeeds in a way they didn't authorize, she is met with coldness. There is a distinct lack of warmth in her interactions with Trent that viewers have noticed for years. There is a theory gaining traction among the most dedicated fans that the friction we are seeing now is actually the result of Anna quiet quitting the family. We aren't just seeing a daughter being pushed out, we might be seeing a daughter who finally woke up. The speculation is that Anna is doing the absolute bare minimum required by her TLC contract to avoid a lawsuit, but emotionally and physically, she has checked out. She shows up for the scheduled filming hours, says her lines, and then immediately disengages. This would explain the stiff body language and the physical distance we see in the newer clips. She is protecting her peace in the only way she can while still legally bound to the network. But the most damning evidence of this calculated removal comes from the digital footprint. In the modern age, social media tells the true story that the editors try to hide. We have tracked a disturbing pattern of unfollows and blocked accounts that suggest a civil war has broken out behind the scenes. It was noted that Trent unfollowed Anna's business page, a petty move for a father who claims to support his children's entrepreneurial spirit. Why would a father publicly withdraw support from his daughter's livelihood? It sends a clear message: fall in line or we cut you off. It is a financial and emotional ultimatum played out in the public square. We also have to talk about the shift in Elizabeth. For years, Liz and Anna seemed to have a bond that transcended the parents' strict rules. They were the sisters who had each other's backs. But as we moved into the era of baby Leighton, the dynamic fractured. The theory here is heartbreaking but plausible. Liz, facing the terrifying reality of becoming a young mother, needed her parents more than ever. She needed their financial help, their babysitting, and their approval. In toxic family systems, you often have to choose between the scapegoat and the leadership. To secure her position and the resources she needed for her baby, Liz may have had to trade her loyalty. By distancing herself from Anna, she signals to Trent and Amber that she is on their side, ensuring she receives the support of the golden child. This betrayal is perhaps the most painful part of the erasure. We are seeing Anna not just lose her parents, which she might be used to, but lose her allies. The isolation is total. When you look at the recent family gatherings, particularly the ones surrounding the big milestones for the new baby, Anna is a ghost. We see friends of the family, we see distant relatives, we see production crew members in the background, but the daughter who lives just down the road is missing. The official excuse is always vague. Anna is working. Anna is busy. But Anna owns her own business and sets her own hours. The idea that she consistently misses the biggest moments of her niece's life due to scheduling conflicts is a lie that is becoming impossible to believe. Let's dig deeper into the impossible bar set for Anna. There's a psychological concept known as moving the goalposts, and we see Trent do this repeatedly with her. When she was younger, the goal was to finish school. She did. Then it was to get a job. She did. Then it was to move out. She did. She bought a house. But instead of praise, the criticism shifted to how she maintains the house, or how she manages her business, or her attitude when she visits. There is no winning. Compare this to the way the family treats the biological children or even the other adopted siblings when they achieve the bare minimum. The praise is lavish. This disparity is what convinces us that this isn't about behavior. It's about a role assignment. Anna was assigned the role of the outsider from the moment she arrived from Russia, and no amount of assimilation will ever grant her full entry into the inner sanctum. There are reports from locals in their hometown who claim to see Anna out and about, looking happier and healthier than she ever does on the show. These witnesses describe a young woman who is vibrant, social, and surrounded by friends who are not part of the reality TV circus. This fuels the theory that the sad, lonely Anna we sometimes see on screen is a production choice, or perhaps the result of her demeanor changing the second she steps around her toxic family. The real Anna is thriving. The TV Anna is the one being erased because the real Anna exposes the parents' narrative as false. If the problem child is actually the most successful and well-adjusted adult, then the parents' entire philosophy of strict control and tough love is proven unnecessary or even harmful. They cannot afford for the audience to realize that Anna succeeded in spite of them, not because of them. We also need to discuss the baby Leighton photo exclusion in detail, because this is the smoking gun that shattered the illusion for thousands of fans. When Liz gave birth, the internet was flooded with congratulatory posts and family tableaus. We saw Trent and Amber beaming as grandparents. We saw Jonah and the younger siblings holding the baby. But where was Aunt Anna? The internet sleuths went to work immediately. Was she out of town? No. Was she ill? No. Eventually, a few awkward photos surfaced, but they felt staged and distant compared to the intimate, candid shots shared with the others. Then came the baptism and other minor milestones where Anna was entirely absent from the main feed. For a family that documents everything, an omission is an action. It is a deliberate editorial choice to curate the image of the core family without the outlier. This erasure serves a dual purpose. First, it punishes Anna. In a family where public image is everything, being left out of the public photo album is the ultimate snub. It tells the world she is not one of us. Second, it prepares the audience for her departure. By slowly reducing her screen time and her presence on social media, they are weaning the viewers off of her. If she disappears completely next season, they can claim she drifted away naturally. But we know better. We are watching a slow-motion exile. The tragedy is that Anna has always been the fan favorite because she is the most relatable. We see her pain. We see her trying to mask her hurt with humor. When Trent makes a cutting remark about her weight, her clothes, or her choices, we feel that sting. And because the audience sides with Anna, the parents resent her even more. It is a vicious cycle. The more the fans comment, "We love Anna," or "Stop being mean to Anna," the more Trent and Amber double down on their treatment of her to prove they are right. They cannot admit that the audience sees something they don't. To admit that they are bullying their daughter would be to destroy the brand they have built over 15 years. So they have to destroy her credibility instead. There is also a financial aspect to this erasure that goes largely discussed. Reality TV contracts are often structured based on screen time and storyline prominence. By cutting Anna out of the main storylines, like the baby arc, the family effectively lowers her value to the production. If she isn't in the key scenes, she can't negotiate for a higher payout. It is a way of financial gatekeeping. Anna's independent wealth from her jewelry business likely infuriates the power dynamic because they cannot use money to control her anymore. So, they use the only currency they have left, access to the family. Rumors suggest that there was a specific event, a breaking point argument that happened shortly after filming wrapped on the last season, which catalyzed this total freeze-out. While the details are kept under tight wraps by NDAs, sources speculate it involved Anna finally setting a hard boundary regarding how she is spoken to in front of the new baby. The theory is that Anna refused to be the punching bag in front of the next generation, and that act of defiance was interpreted as a declaration of war. If this is true, it marks a significant turn in Anna's journey. She is no longer just surviving. She is fighting back by refusing to participate in the dynamic. As we look at the timeline of 2024, the silence from Anna's camp is deafening. Usually, when a reality star is embroiled in rumors, they jump on Instagram Live to clear the air. Anna has done the opposite. She has gone dark regarding family matters while keeping her business page strictly professional. This discipline indicates legal counsel. It suggests she is receiving advice from someone who understands that anything she says can be used against her, either in court or in the court of public opinion, manipulated by her parents. This silence is not weakness, it is strategy. We have to consider the legal stranglehold that is likely keeping Anna tethered to a toxic environment. There is a prevailing theory among industry insiders that TLC contracts for long-running legacy casts are not just employment agreements, they are ownership documents. These contracts often contain draconian, non-disparagement clauses and participation mandates that could financially ruin a cast member who attempts to walk away before the network is done with them. The speculation is that Anna is trapped in what is known as a rollover cycle. Every time the family renews for a season, the individual children's options to opt out are limited by massive financial penalties. If Anna were to quit today, she could be liable for production delays, breach of contract, and damages that would wipe out her jewelry business overnight. This creates a hostage situation disguised as a reality show. Anna isn't showing up to family dinners because she wants to. She is showing up because a team of lawyers told her she has to. This context transforms how we view the footage. When you see Anna sitting at the end of the table, looking at her phone or staring blankly while the rest of the family laughs at an inside joke, you aren't seeing a rude daughter. You are seeing a woman serving a sentence. The attitude that Trent loves to call out is actually a survival mechanism known as gray rocking. This is a technique used by victims of narcissistic abuse where they become as uninteresting and unresponsive as possible to deny the abuser the emotional reaction they crave. Anna has mastered the art of being there physically while being miles away mentally. She is giving the cameras nothing, which is the ultimate rebellion against a family that sells their lives for content. But the most heartbreaking element of this erasure isn't the legal battle. It is the interpersonal betrayal by Elizabeth. For years, the narrative was Anna and Liz against the world. They were the two middle sisters, navigating the chaos of the younger brother and the strictness of the parents together. We have archives of footage showing Liz defending Anna when Trent went too far. But something fundamental shifted when Elizabeth became pregnant with baby Leighton. We have received reports suggesting a distinct loyalty test was issued by Amber. The dynamic in the Johnston house has always been transactional. If you want the perks of being a good Johnston, the financial help, the cars, the nursery furniture, the babysitting, you must align with the parents' worldview. When Liz found herself facing the overwhelming reality of young motherhood, she became vulnerable. She needed the village. And in the Johnston family, the village comes with conditions. The theory is that Liz had to make a calculated decision. She could keep her solidarity with Anna and risk being alienated and unsupported, or she could throw Anna under the bus to secure her own safety net. The social media evidence suggests she chose the latter. We watched as Liz slowly stopped liking Anna's posts. We saw the tag disappear from her stories. And then came the ultimate blow, the godparents discussion. While not officially aired, rumors from the set indicate that Anna was explicitly told she would not be considered for the role of godmother because she isn't stable enough. This label of instability is the weapon they have used against her since she was a teenager, despite her being the most financially stable of the siblings. This betrayal by Liz cuts deeper than the parents' behavior because it validates the parents' narrative. When the sister who used to defend you suddenly joins the parents' side, it gaslights the victim into thinking, maybe I am the problem. It isolates Anna completely. Now, at family gatherings, she has no ally in the room. She is surrounded by a united front that views her as the defect. This is why the erasure feels so aggressive in 2025. It's not just the parents anymore. The siblings have been weaponized. Even Jonah, who was once the primary target of Trent's frustration, has seemingly realized that as long as Anna is the target, he is safe. It is a classic scapegoat versus golden child shuffle. Jonah has been promoted to the reformed son, merely because Anna is currently serving as the rebellious daughter. The family system requires a villain to function, and they will not let Anna resign from the role. Let's focus on the pattern of Trent's behavior, which has escalated from strict parenting to what many viewers are calling emotional antagonization. There is a clip from the recent season that didn't make the main edit but circulated in promotional materials, where Trent critiques Anna's choice of vehicle maintenance. He mocks her for not knowing a specific mechanical detail. Compare this to the scene where Elizabeth's partner, Bryce, makes a similar error, and Trent laughs it off as a learning curve. The double standard is blinding. Trent seems to derive a specific kind of satisfaction from humiliating Anna. Psychologists who react to the show have pointed out that Trent often smiles when Anna is visibly upset or frustrated. This is a red flag for a narcissistic dynamic. He feels powerful when he can disrupt her peace. The impossible bar we mentioned earlier is most evident in the housing saga. Remember when Anna first moved out? It wasn't a celebration, it was an eviction. The parents were eager to get her out of the house to teach her a lesson, fully expecting her to fail and come crawling back. When she didn't, when she thrived, decorated her home beautifully, and paid her mortgage on time, Trent didn't look proud. He looked annoyed. He started criticizing the cleanliness of the house, the location, and the way she hosted. He couldn't attack the fact of her independence, so he attacked the quality of it. This is because Anna's success destroys the narrative that she is incompetent. If she is competent, then Trent's micromanagement was never about helping her. It was about controlling her. Now we need to address the breaking point. While the show's producers try to keep a tight lid on the unscripted drama, leaks happen. A source close to the production crew in Georgia has hinted at a massive, unaired confrontation that took place during the holiday filming block of late 2024. According to this insider report, the fight wasn't about a curfew or a boyfriend. It was about the business. The rumor is that Trent attempted to consult on Anna's jewelry business, demanding a percentage or a say in the operations under the guise of family management. Anna, knowing her worth and the success she built on her own, allegedly laughed in his face and delivered a no so firm it shook the walls of the Johnston home. This alleged refusal to bend the knee financially was the catalyst for the current scrubbing. In the eyes of a controlling patriarch, financial independence is the ultimate disrespect. If they cannot control your money, they cannot control you. The theory goes that after this fight, a decree was issued. Anna is to be included only as much as legally required by TLC. No extra promotions, no heartwarming storylines, no redemption arcs. They are trying to starve her out of the show by making her presence irrelevant. This explains why the camera focuses on her less. It explains why her confessionals feel disjointed. They are likely cutting out anything she says that makes sense or defends her position, leaving only the sound bites that make her sound defensive or bratty. We must also look at the digital forensics of the friend group phenomenon. While the family tries to paint Anna as a loner who can't get along with people, her own Instagram stories tell a completely different tale. We see her constantly surrounded by a diverse, happy group of friends who have nothing to do with the show. These friends seem to adore her. They throw her surprise parties. They travel with her. They support her business. This is the insider news of the show's edit. They want you to believe Anna is socially difficult. The reality is that Anna is socially thriving everywhere, except in her parents' house. This discrepancy is the key to unlocking the truth. If you are the problem in one room, but the life of the party in every other room. The problem isn't you, it's the room. The audience has noticed this. The comment section on TLC's official posts has become a battleground. For every comment praising Trent and Amber's tough love, there are 50 comments demanding justice for Anna. The network is in a panic. They are deleting comments at a record pace to protect the image of the wholesome family, but they can't delete them all. The engagement metrics are skewing heavily towards Anna. This creates a paradox for the production. Anna is the most popular cast member, but the parents, who are also the executive producers, or at least have significant sway, want her gone. The compromise is this soft erasure. They keep her face on the screen to keep the ratings, but they strip her of her humanity in the edit. Let's talk about the baby Leighton photo exclusion again, but this time from the angle of the extended family. It wasn't just that Anna was missing, it was who was present. We saw extended cousins, neighbors, and even people who appeared to be business associates of Trent and Amber holding that baby before Anna did. This is a calculated public humiliation. In the South, where family appearance is currency, this is a distinct signal. It tells the community she is unsafe. By keeping her away from the baby in the public eye, they are subtly implying that Anna is a danger or a bad influence. It is a character assassination by omission, and Liz, caught in the middle, allows it to happen because she is too afraid to rock the boat of her new motherhood. The theory of quiet quitting also extends to the confessionals. Notice the change in Anna's attire and demeanor in the interview chair. In previous seasons, she would dress up, do her hair elaborately, and try to engage. In the latest clips, she is often wearing simpler clothes, her makeup is minimal, and her answers are short. Yes. No. I don't care. Whatever. The producers try to frame this as her being difficult, but we know better. This is a woman who has stopped performing. She has realized that no matter what she says, it will be twisted. If she cries, she's dramatic. If she laughs, she's not taking it seriously. If she argues, she's disrespectful. So she chooses the only winning move: silence. She is withholding her personality, which is the only thing she truly owns. But there is a darker speculation floating around the fan forums. Some believe that Anna is secretly documenting everything. If she is indeed consulting with legal counsel or a PR crisis management team, she might be gathering evidence of a hostile workplace. Reality TV sets are workplaces, and they are subject to labor laws. If Trent's behavior crosses the line from parenting into harassment or verbal abuse while the cameras are rolling, Anna could have a case for a massive settlement. The erasure might be the family's attempt to minimize their liability. If they stop interacting with her, they stop giving her ammunition. They are ghosting their own daughter to protect their bank accounts. And where does Amber fit into all of this? Often we focus on Trent as the enforcer, but Amber is the architect. Viewers have noted that Amber often instigates the conflicts and then steps back to let Trent deliver the blow. In the recent kitchen scenes, watch Amber's eyes. She watches Anna like a hawk, waiting for a slip-up. When Anna drops a fork or spills a drink, Amber's reaction is instantaneous and disproportionate. It creates an atmosphere of walking on eggshells that is palpable through the screen. Amber's role in the erasure is subtle but deadly. She controls the family calendar. If Anna forgot about a family dinner, the question we should be asking is, was she ever actually invited? Or was she told the wrong time? We have seen instances where Anna arrives late and is berated, but sources suggest she was given a different call time than the others. This is gaslighting 101. Set the victim up to fail, then punish them for failing. The narrative arc of the show has always relied on the Johnstons versus the world trope, but now it has cannibalized itself into the Johnstons versus Anna, and the audience is no longer buying the ticket. The ratings for the episodes focusing on Anna's bad behavior are actually spiking, but not for the reasons the network thinks. People are hate-watching the parents. They are tuning in to witness the injustice. The show has inadvertently created a martyr. Every time they try to scrub her from the legacy, they make her more central to the conversation. They are trying to erase her, but they are only making her outline more permanent. The most explosive theory we have to confront is that the erasure isn't something being done to Anna, but rather something Anna initiated herself. We call this the reverse discard. In the lexicon of toxic family dynamics, the only way to win the game is to stop playing. For years, Trent and Amber held the keys to the kingdom. They controlled the narrative, the money, and the affection. But insider reports from late 2025 suggest that the power dynamic has completely inverted. The reason Trent looks so angry in the background of recent clips, and the reason Amber seems so desperate to project the image of a perfect grandmother, is that they have lost their grip on their favorite victim. Anna didn't just move out, she moved on. And that is the one thing a controlling parent cannot forgive. We are seeing evidence of a woman who has realized her own marketability. Anna knows she is the breakout star. She knows the comments section is 90% Team Anna. The rumors circulating among production assistants hint that Anna's team, yes, she reportedly has her own team now, has leveraged this popularity to negotiate a hard-out clause. This would mean that once her current contract obligations are met, she is done. No more filming, no more family trips, no more fake reconciliations for the cameras. This terrified the network executives because they know what we know. Without the friction Anna provides, the show is boring. Watching Jonah BBQ or watching Liz change diapers is not enough to sustain a primetime audience. The show needs a villain and a hero, and Anna was carrying both roles on her shoulders. Let's talk about the boring season phenomenon. Without Anna's chaotic energy, her funny confessionals, and her genuine struggles, the show has flattened. The producers are scrambling. This is why we are seeing more manufactured drama involving the younger siblings or forced plot lines about Trent's health or business ideas. They are trying to fill the void left by Anna's personality. But it's not working. The ratings are dipping, and the audience retention graphs show a massive drop-off whenever the scene shifts away from the Anna drama. This puts Trent and Amber in a precarious position. To save the show, they need Anna back in the fold. But to get Anna back, they would have to apologize and change their behavior, which their egos will likely never allow. So, they are stuck in a stalemate of their own making, erasing the very person who could save their legacy. There is also a fascinating future prediction circulating in the fan community regarding Elizabeth. History in these family structures is cyclical. If Anna is successfully pushed out or leaves, the role of the scapegoat becomes vacant. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does a narcissistic family system. Who is next in line? The theory is that Liz, currently the golden child because of the baby, will eventually fall from grace. Once the novelty of the grandchild wears off, or once Liz makes a parenting decision Amber disagrees with, the target will shift. We are already seeing subtle hints of Amber criticizing Liz's parenting style in the background of shots. If Anna is truly gone, Liz will be the new Anna. And unlike Anna, who has built a thick skin over 20 years, Liz is not prepared for that level of scrutiny. The erasure of Anna is actually a tragedy for Elizabeth. She just doesn't realize it yet. We must also address the tell-all threat. This is the nuclear option. While NDAs are tight, they are not infinite. Most reality TV contracts have an expiration date, usually 1 to 2 years after the show is canceled or the cast member departs. There is a feverish speculation that Anna is quietly writing a book. Imagine the chapters. The truth about the adoption. The truth about what really happened when she was sent away to that conference. The truth about money. If Anna were to publish a memoir, it would likely be a bestseller, and it would dismantle the 7 Little Johnstons brand overnight. The parents know this. The network knows this. The calculated erasure we are seeing now might be a preemptive strike to discredit her character before she can speak her truth. They are trying to paint her as unstable, or liar now, so that if she ever does spill the secrets, they can say, "Oh, don't listen to her, she's been troubled for years." But the fans are not buying the smear campaign. In fact, the Free Anna movement has morphed into a legitimate demand for a spinoff. Look at the metrics. A video of Anna just walking her dog gets more engagement than a fully produced segment of Trent and Amber explaining their home renovations. The audience wants Anna's world. They want to see her business, her real friends, her dating life, and her home ownership journey without the constant negativity of her parents. If TLC were smart, they would cut the parents loose and give Anna her own show. But the politics of the network, and the ironclad contracts the parents likely hold as original cast members, make this complicated. We are witnessing a corporate struggle between the legacy talent, the parents, and the actual talent, Anna. Let's dig into the Christmas 2025 incident. While no footage has aired, local chatter from their hometown of Forsyth, Georgia, suggests a holiday blow-up of epic proportions. The story goes that Anna was invited to the family Christmas photo shoot, but was told to wear a specific color that clashed with the rest of the group. a classic mean girl tactic to make someone look out of place visually. Allegedly, Anna showed up, saw the setup, realized the game being played, and simply turned around and left. No screaming, no fighting, just a calm refusal to be humiliated. This non-reaction reportedly sent Trent into a rage, which is why the social media silence following Christmas was so prolonged. They didn't have the perfect family photo because the centerpiece refused to be a prop. This moment, if true, marks the final psychological break. Anna has achieved indifference. The erasure is also physical. Have you noticed how the layout of the family gatherings has changed? In the past, they would squeeze everyone onto one couch or around one island. Now, the blocking is spaced out. It's almost as if they are physically leaving a gap where she used to be, or closing the ranks to hide her absence. This visual language is powerful. It tells us that the family unit has contracted. They are circling the wagons, but by closing ranks, they are becoming insular and unrelatable. The charm of the show was the chaos of a big family. A big family that excludes one member systematically isn't charming. It's cruel. And the audience's stomach for this cruelty has run out. We also have to consider the role of the enablers. We've talked about Liz, but what about the extended network? The grandparents, the friends of the family? Why does no one step in? In these high-control family systems, especially those that are also business enterprises, speaking up means getting cut off. If a family friend defends Anna, they lose their screen time. They lose the invitation to the parties. They lose the proximity to fame. So everyone stays silent. They become complicit in the erasure to protect their own standing. This is why Anna's isolation feels so total. It's not just her parents, it's the entire ecosystem of the show that relies on the parents' favor to exist. Anna is the only one brave enough to risk exile because she is the only one who knows she can survive outside the walls. Let's connect the dots on the financial abuse theory one last time because it is crucial to the endgame. We know Anna runs a successful online store. We know she sells out her inventory. We know she bought a house young. Yet, the narrative on the show is often that she is bad with details or needs help. Why? Because if the audience knew she was the wealthiest sibling, the parents' authority would look ridiculous. There are rumors that Trent has tried to discourage her from expanding her business, claiming it would interfere with filming. But the reality is, her business is her ticket out. The more she succeeds, the less she needs the TLC paycheck. And the moment she doesn't need the TLC paycheck, they lose their last lever of control. The erasure is a frantic attempt to lower her market value so she has to stay dependent. It is a failed strategy, but it is the only one they have left. As we wrap up this investigation, look at the eyes of the family members in the latest season. Look at Amber. She looks tired, frantic, constantly managing the image. Look at Trent. He looks bitter, shorter-tempered. Look at Liz. She looks anxious, eager to please. Now look at the rare glimpses we get of Anna. Even when she is being criticized, there is a light in her eyes that wasn't there before. It is the light of freedom. She has mentally checked out of the asylum. The erasure isn't a tragedy for Anna Johnston. It is her liberation. She is being scrubbed from a legacy of toxicity, and in doing so, she is writing a new legacy of resilience. The great erasure is backfiring. They tried to bury her, but they didn't realize she was a seed. Every time they cut her out of a photo, 10 fan accounts repost her picture. Every time they silence her in a scene, the comments section screams her name. They have created a martyr, a hero, and a legend. The 7 little Johnstons might continue, but the soul of the show is gone. And she is busy living her best life, unbothered, booked, and busy. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Are we watching a reality show, or are we watching a documentary about a family falling apart under the weight of its own ego? Do you think Anna should finally write that tell-all book and burn the bridge forever? Or should she just walk away silently and let the show crumble without her? I want to know what you think. If you are Team Anna, smash that like button until it breaks. Leave a comment down below saying "Free Anna" to show the algorithm that we see the truth. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because when that tell-all book drops, or when the next big scandal leaks, we are going to be the first ones to cover it. The erasure stops here. We see you, Anna, and we are watching.